Hi, welcome to the latest issue of Think Global with David Thomas, which as you can see comes to you from Shanghai, where I've been chairing Australia-China Business Week. A great opportunity for 50 or so Australian companies to come to China to be matched up with private investors and large companies looking to invest and do business in Australia. So whilst, to some extent, our timing in China this week has been difficult because there's been so much going on and we've stretched the Australian resources on the ground to virtually the limit, the great thing is that we've been blessed by having such an amazing platform to work with, thanks to the Prime Ministerial visit, the Bao Forum, and some of the big announcements that have come out over the last couple of days.
在悉尼也举办一次澳洲商论坛。那么我们 PDCC 呢，工商委会组织就是说，中国的企业去澳洲参加。
You probably trust your classmates, and the next step out, you'd be trusting long-standing business colleagues that you've known for a very long time. In the Western world, we have moved to where we've got institutionalised trust.
It was made very clear to us by two of the state-owned enterprises that they are looking for work and that they can provide very good and cost-effective solutions, far less expensively than we can do in Australia. Unfortunately, that's just the way the world is. And it shows me that it's not all roses in China. There are areas of the sectors of economy which are competing now with India in particular, and they need to find more sources of customers like ours that they can provide their products for.
Two state-owned company executives was the contrasting styles of the two different groups of individuals. One group was very, what I would consider to be traditional and conservative, and that their answers lay completely within China and within their control. The other group was a lot more outward-looking. It was a lot more visionary in terms of they understood that they did have a problem with their manufacturing industry, and that the solution didn't lie internally. They needed to find another solution which probably involves going outside of China and understanding what the world needs and how they could apply their own skills and their own capabilities to help and solve some global issues.
One thing I've noticed, having lived in China for 12 years as an Australian, is that a lot of foreign companies come here. They invest a lot in strategy. A lot of companies looking at infrastructure, but they forget about the soft side of running a business. That's people. It's all about the people. So when you come to China, don't put people on the second page of your strategy. It should be right at the forefront. It should be right at the top. Because at the end of the day, those companies that have failed have completely forgotten about either one, their employees, or two, their customers. It's all about people.
It's my first visit to Shanghai, and nothing can remotely prepare you for the scale and immensity of the Shanghai horizon. You have a simply incomprehensible number of extremely tall buildings marching away like the entombed warriors for kilometre after kilometre after kilometre in every direction. It is visually impossible to understand what this looks like without, in point of fact, coming to Shanghai.
China is becoming more modernized. We should stop using the word that China is becoming westernized. China is indeed a very modern country, and with the Australia and China trade relationships and business relationships increasingly becoming more important for SMEs in Australia, I think we should be encouraging more SMEs to come to a forum like this.
Well, I've been here in 1983, 93, 03, 07, the last 30 years. The thing is that the country is not westernising, it's modernising, and it's embracing everything we understand. That cultural gap is narrowing, and it's much easier to do business. It's It's much easier to find people who've got networks, who are looking to engage with Australians. It's much easier to achieve your objectives. You've simply got to be up here and have a footprint and be prepared to spend some time and do it slowly. And if you do it, you will be successful.
We took a day trip to Hangzhou, and here we are at the headquarters of Alibaba, the largest e-commerce firm in the world. A great example of a very fast-growing Chinese company. I hope you've enjoyed this issue of Think Global with David Thomas, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.